Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Blueprints. It's day 34, episode number 48. Before we get into the actual episode today, I do have some. I have good news and I have bad news. Bad news. This is not a big deal, but unfortunately, I was kind of spoiled on something just a little bit about Blueprints, and I'll explain what it was and why I was spoiled, and how I was spoiled, etc. It's not a big deal, but. Unfortunately, I was reading some comments in the YouTube comment section, and there was a comment that said, "Spoilers below, Ryan, don't read." And I didn't read that comment because I'm good, because I don't want to be spoiled. But I did sort of, I was in a moment of like not a lot of mental clarity. I did click on the replies to read that, which I should not have done in hindsight. I don't know why I clicked it. And some of the replies were awesome and did the thing which I always recommend you do if you're going to be talking about spoilers, which is say like, spoilers below, hit enter a couple times, then you type the spoilers. Unfortunately, some of the comments had that and some of the comments did not. So I did get spoiled on, and I quickly exited out of the comment that I was reading, but it's, it was too late. I had already figured out what I had missed. The comments, oh shit. Fuck, I'm messing up already. I'm already messing up. The comments suggested that maybe I did not make it to the clock tower by 1:30 on the day that I tried to make it to the clock tower. So, I think that is still a thing that is a puzzle. The good news is, hey, I know a puzzle that we can solve today. However, I don't actually know that we're going to do the clock tower. I don't think we're going to do the clock tower right now. For a couple reasons. I'll tell you why that is in just a second. But first, just a general reminder. Thank you guys so much for helping keep this playthrough blind. It's amazing that I've made it this far with as little info as I have. I'd love to keep it that way as we progress on. If you're ever going to be typing in the comments about something to do with the game, probably for the best, if not for me, then for other people who love the game, to just be like, hey, spoilers below, hit enter a couple times, and I'll do my best not to accidentally read shit. That's on me. That's on me. So in the last episode, here's why we're not going to do clock tower right now. I don't want to rush into it for a couple reasons. One, I don't want to rush into it. Two, at the end of the last episode, we unlocked a new puzzle, which I did not get a chance to solve. I would like to try and go solve it right now. However, as part of that, I also just need to remind myself, like the last episode was crazy. We unlocked, the last couple episodes, we unlocked a lot of like new ways that things connect, especially the underground map. And I should probably just open the underground map on my computer just to have it open, because it's it's hard for me to like mentally picture exactly where I can and can't go right now. So we're gonna start by going underground, trying to get to that spot that we unlocked with the rotating puzzle, the second floor of the rotating puzzle. And and more importantly, I'm gonna try and refresh myself on how exactly those things connect and how we can make that work. Shrine and tomb. So this raises something interesting. Tomb, I believe, is no longer something we have to select if we want to get to the boat side of the reservoir and also then raise the fountain level, right? I'm tempted to take shrine here. We'll take shrine. I could use a blessing. Couldn't we all use a blessing? Just gonna wander in real quick and just kind of look around just because it seems fun. Welcome to the shrine. Welcome to the shrine. So, cool. Just looking around. Let's go down into the underground and remember where exactly everything goes. Rather than go down right here, I want to see what happens down here. I think it's So this cart path goes to the like basement side of things, which is exciting. That's fine. So it's not the boat side of the reservoir. And then down here we unlocked. First off, we smashed a wall in the chess room, which revealed to us some letters for the current letter puzzle that we're trying to solve. Then we unlocked, like, the red pressure door, right? Did that go down here? I think it did. The red pressure door? That's not the red pressure door. Where's this go? This connects me to the torch chamber, right? The torch chamber. Aha! And the torch chamber connects me to the... right thing or the wrong thing? Shit, I can't remember. This is the torch chamber, okay. We've reached a point where I'm a little bit further... fuck. The whole underground has become a mess of... It's become a labyrinth. So this is actually the wrong side. We don't want to be here. Where I want to be is the other side of the rotating circle on the way to the inner sanctum. So I actually did want to go through the... I go out here. I wanted to go through the other path. To the basement. I'm wasting footsteps, but it's okay. I always knew there was going to be a little bit of confusion around. Like, we unlocked a couple alternate paths all at once. I wonder if anybody else playing this game got confused, got sort of like their mental map got confused when they added all this stuff. I'm sure at some point it might get worse, right? Like, we may add more paths or more secrets. It's a house of cards you're building. Secret upon secret upon secret. And the bottom secrets are things that I didn't know 30 days ago that now I'm building other secrets on top of. So if we go in here, towards the inner sanctum, then we take the doorway to get to the red pressure seal. That takes us to the upper level of the rotating room. That's the puzzle I wanted to solve. We're going to be out of footsteps by the time we get there. Not really, but close. My bad. My bad. It's fine. Now, when I did this, I knew that I needed to rotate. I think it's like that one, right? Let's try that. I think that might be it. I think it's one to the left of the inner sanctum door as you face it. This is unlocked, which is good. I'm glad it stayed unlocked. This was a mind-blowing thing to walk into. I walked into this and I was just like, what is this missile silo shit that I am doing? Yes, perfect. Okay. So then, there's this door and there's also one other that we can try. We've solved... What the fuck is that? We've solved the puzzle. Oh, boy. This is a key to the reservoir. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is a key to the reservoir. Entry level 6. That's got to be the side doorway. Dock level is 13 out of 14. Let's fucking go. And then full drain is 0. Okay. We'll go ahead and take a screenshot of this. So this is, we'll call it underground blueprints. Reservoir key. That's exciting. Foreman's log 228. After 2 days of pumping water up from the underground spring, the reservoir has finally been filled. It's a shame that the old station had to be flooded as a consequence of this action. But I suspect that may have been the actual reason they chose to build the reservoir here, and as an engineer, I agree that flooding is preferable to collapsing the entire tunnel. So what I'm calling a sewer may in fact be a station. You know what that says to me? The 6th in a station. Oh, baby. Okay. On the bright side, now that our water supply is no longer limited, we can start to leverage steam to a much greater extent. I suspect by this time next month, the steam-powered hoists at the main site will be able to run 24 hours a day. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a clue or if that's not a clue. This is Foreman's log 228. Perfect. And then we have a Moraja puzzle. It needs to be all black because we are in the Orenda Aries area. When you click on all black ones, they rotate. Yellow ones go up. So I need to get two black ones on the bottom row. But I'm not actually sure about how to do that. Oh, is this it? That's one. I can't put the two yellow ones on the same level. If I do that, that's a problem. However, I can do this. That's the wrong button. Shit. Okay, hold up. That gets one down. How do I get the second one down? Is there a way? That's 3 out of 4. If I click these right now, they don't do anything. Wait, how do you get 2 down? That's got to be the key, right? You have to get 2 black ones on the bottom row. But how do you do that with a... I see. I understand now. I think. So... I think I have to go up twice. Hit this one. Hit this one. Boom. No! I hit the wrong button. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's 2. Hit this one. That's 3. Let's go. Let's go. We're getting better. These puzzles are amazing. Here's what I love about the Moraja coin box things. They are just... They feel purely... How do I phrase this? It's actually a feeling I've had in a couple other games. I don't really know how to describe it other than it feels like a wooden puzzle box. So one of, like... Some puzzles you try and solve, often handheld puzzles, they truly can't be a, like, mental... They often don't start as a mental exercise. They start as a, like, push-pull, a playful, like, give and take, a literal give and take push-pull with a mechanism. A couple games I've played do that feeling really well, where I'm almost acting like cognition is what it feels like. You're just like, no, you need to do this, because by the time your brain is caught up to put words to what you're trying to solve, the like sub puzzle solving brain has already worked through some stuff. Games like The Room, I played the first one. I felt like that did that. Interestingly, one of the other games that I feel that feeling with a lot, actually, yeah, one game, Breath of the Wild. In Breath of the Wild, The Breath of the Wild, there were a lot of shrines where I felt like the puzzle was happening pre-language in my like personal order of operations. Similar with a couple other Zelda games. So I think Nintendo does that really well. At least for me, Nintendo does that really well. Okay, we can unlock this one. Sorry, we can rotate what we're standing on to get over to there. It appears like that's a lock on a door, so I don't know that it's going to do anything, but we should try it. Second, none of the other things are open doors. So I guess the question on my mind is, are they not open doors because they have nothing behind them, or are they doors that will still open? Because guess what? This door with this symbol and this door with this symbol are both things we have solved inside of the inner sanctum. Is there a chance that these will open when we solve other doors? I have no idea. I don't think so, and here's why. I think with the way that this thing is built, the only two doors that I can actually access are those two. But if I solved something in there that then let me rotate this again, then all of a sudden I can access that door. You know? So I'm not gonna rule it out, even though I don't think it's particularly likely. Okay, anyways. Let's go rotate it and try the other... Try that locked door. I think I need to rotate it 3 times. 2 and 3. Does that look right? Did I do the math wrong? I can't tell if that lines up or not. Partially because of the angle. It does line up. Okay. I was like, I think this should work, but... Oh, very interesting. It's a number code. By number code, I mean letter code. That's a foreman's log. That is a floor plan. That is a gem, and I believe the 8th letter. Does that mean that this could be... Oh, there is a number there. That this could be a date? I think it could be. Why is there an 8? That's crazy. Is there a D? There is a D. 8 dates crack 8 safes. Queen D8. Is there any way to show queen with these first couple letters? By date, row date, railroad date. Prime Minister date. To date. To date? To date? It'd be crazy if this was the solution, right? I'm about to leave it alone and not try and brute force this. I just wanted to see if anything... I'm not trying to brute force it. Basically, I'm seeing, does anything stick out to me as anything that I've solved already? Dang it. Like, or seen elsewhere in the game. I'm trying to let my... I'm trying to just let stuff appear in front of my brain to see if it, like, triggers anything from what we've seen already in the game. Okay. That's amazing. I mean, that is amazing. 4-letter... Is there anything that we have already... Now let me look at my notes. Nothing strikes me as aggressively potentially a code or a solution. All right. We can let that be and come back to it another time. With that done, though, that means we can now proceed to actually playing the game. So... let's go into the house and start drafting some stuff. We've probably given up on our chance to do the foundation thing. We have Shrine currently, which would mean we would love to make a lot of money this run. And other than that, we'll see what potential solutions or what potential problems we can try to solve. Down to 51 steps. It's going to be 50 by the time we walk in. Oh, package. Sleeping mask and a brass compass. Okay. Don't necessarily want the compass right away, but that's all right. We have a fat allowance. It's getting better by the day. Let's get to drafting. Okay, we're going to need footsteps today. It's going to be kind of interesting. Early workshop. We don't have any keys, so we'll go ahead and grab Nook. Come over here and draft a... bedroom is fine. I have sleeping mask, yeah. So we'll get a little head start on our footsteps when we go in there. We did not end up with a key card. So, for the first time in a long time, no key card. I can finally draft archives when I don't fucking need it. Are you kidding me right now? Oh. Okay. Let's take hallway here for the fork. And grab a den here is good. There's a bedroom. We should take Geist bedroom whenever we get a chance. I'd love to put it in a dead-end spot, though. I'm playing quick, even though I think the armory this early is... oh, boy. I'm taking armory because I want to have it. Our new goal for this run is to get to armory with 32 coins. Because then I can make vault cheap. And that's a thing I want to do. Where the fuck is vault? It's under coins. I want to do it. I don't even need to step in there right now. I could just keep going. We need coins. Chapel's not going to help us get there. Secret passage could... help us go someplace nice. Towards green room. Generally, those rooms are good. They don't necessarily. I think Geist bedroom. This is a weird choice to close off this file, but that's okay. We got a footstep, so we got what is it? 5 footsteps? We got a bedroom, so we got 5 footsteps. We got 2 dice, which will help us try to make some money. What are our best money makers? I mean, probably drafting vault, right? This is a weird call to try and do. No, we'll do corridor here. So many rooms heading north. So at least that's helpful. Spare green room? All right, let's do it. This room is this run is how do I phrase what I'm thinking right now? What I'm thinking right now is I think it's okay to be a little fast and loose with this run for a couple reasons. One, my number 1 priority is to get money to the armory, and my number 2 priority is to make money and to take it to the shrine. This is basically a run where we're trying to make some permanent improvements rather than a run where we are trying to do something. Like some runs, you really want them to be good the entire time, and you want them to be like a healthy run. How do I phrase that? You want it to be like a healthy run from the start, where you have tons of every resource, and therefore you remain very flexible towards what the game gives you. Like if you get a vault, then you need a coat check or whatever. Vice versa. This run, we know very early on what we want, which is 32 coins for armory, 32 I think, and then any extra money we can give to the shrine. Those are good things. Plus, we already, we risked footsteps at the start so that we could solve the permanent upgrade of the allowance in the rotating room. So it's like, doesn't make sense to be super precious with this run. West Wing Hall here is good. It's just a room you want to draft very often. Library here takes us to our last book. And that's helpful because we are on a run where the time does not matter. Let's take library here because I wouldn't want to draft that. Because my only idea for this is that I should clarify. If apparently my clock tower strategy didn't work and I had actually arrived at the clock tower at like prior to 1:30 in the morning rather than 1:30 in the afternoon, like 12 hours. If I arrived there 12 hours later than I thought I did, which is my suspicion after accidentally reading some comments. The only way that makes sense is that when I paused the game in the library to read The Curse of the Black Bridge, 8 hours passed instead of 0 hours. Or 10 hours or whatever, a lot of hours passed. So, that's got to be. Although, technically we can check it. Yep, that clock still moves. Well, there you go. Now we know. So long story short, we want to read this book, A New Clue by Marion Marigold, the last book in the library, as far as I know, and the last book by my mom before she disappeared. We want to read it on a run where I'm not trying to rush to get to the clock tower. A New Clue by Marion Marigold. Simon P. Jones. Book was gifted by me. Sundial Publishing and Sundial Publishing? There's a sundial outside. There's a sundial. That's all I'm saying. 1988. Let me make a new folder for our book. This is called a new clue. Is it called a new clue with a question mark or no? It doesn't look like it because it looks like it would say... Hello? Can I grab this? I can't grab it, but right there it does not say a new clue question mark. Okay. All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you, for you are looking for a new clue too. The images include a person wearing a black trench coat and hat, but they are framed with red. Images of mountains, lots of individuals, including maybe what looks like a chef. Red corkboard style type thing. Route 8. 8 is an auspicious number. Or a suspicious one, I'm not sure. One of the two. Save the photo. He had retraced his sketches and studied the files, reviewed all his cases, and gone through the piles of the evidence present and precedents evident, and retraced his steps as it stretched on for miles. Okay, there are actual specific words here, which I am very interested in. And I wish I had a goddamn magnifying glass. Corner cases. Also, we have to assume, I have to assume, that based on what we know in the game so far, Swimbird and Red Prince were both written towards me, Simon P. Jones. Or at least their voices as if they were for me. So I think we have to assume that the character sort of walking around trying to figure things out in this game, in this book, is very similar to the character walking around in this game trying to do that as well. Which would be me. Dead cases, lavatory. So these are dead-end rooms. Lavatory, closet, attic, something. Corner cases are rooms that take a left. Parlor is not checked off. Library is not checked off. Patio, nook, office, and pantry are. And then I bet if we had a magnifying glass, this thing right here, this pile of things on the far right of the screen would be readable. He had looked high. Uh-oh, those are letters. He had looked high and low 8 in 12, all one of the rooms 5 something something. This is a clue where you'd have to put the words back in a different order. I'm almost sure of it. All checked. It's so, god damn it, it's so hard to read though. I'm staring at the screen so hard. I think it's put these words back in the correct order in order to form a sentence. And I think it's all checked corner. Maybe case rooms. All checked corner case rooms. Had all checked corner cases rooms had a low case clue. A lower case clue? A low case clue? A low case clue found in oh my god, I'm gonna have a hernia. I'm gonna have a I'm gonna give myself a migraine trying to read this stuff right now. I need a magnifying glass, but I don't have one, so we're brute forcing it. It might just say in the rooms, but I can't tell. Clue found in... I can't tell if that's a 13 or a 15. In the rooms or in rooms the... I don't know. I'm going to make a note of it, and then we're going to hopefully get a magnifying glass on this run and come back to it. So let me write this down. In our current understanding of this says... So what does this mean? A lowercase clue? That has to be a lowercase letter. Do they have a lowercase letter somewhere in those rooms? Patio, nook, office, and pantry? Okay, what's the order here? This is 1, all. 2... God, this is impossible. Checked. 3. All checked. Corner. Case. Rooms. Had. I'm numbering them all so that we can come back and check them if we need to. Had a... Had a low. It isn't lower, it just says low. A low case. Clue. And then this is where it gets a little sketchy. Found in 13, 14, 15. Oh my god, my eyes are actually killing me. This is 15. Thus says 15. I'm like 99% sure that says 15. I don't see a 13. I think rooms is 14. But how would that make sense? Because if the last one was the, you wouldn't end it on the. Okay. We'll come back to this. So far, the message reads something along the lines of all checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in... Is it just the rooms? Is it just the rooms? I don't know. I think that's probably what it says, but it's hard to tell. Then let's look at this goddamn picture, because holy cow, look at this picture. A red vest as well on our character. We have what looks like a rook. We have the statue of the person wielding the scepter. We have 2 brass hourglasses. We also have on these bricks just normal squares, and then all of a sudden we have a 3x6 square. Where have we possibly seen a 3x6 square before? You know? I can't tell if there's a letter on that. We need a fucking magnifying glass. He looked and he looked under beds and in nooks. He questioned the maids. He questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were found only in books. So what else do we know here? We have 3 apples. What's really cool about this book is that it directly speaks to the world we're in. Like, our mom wrote this book, and here we are living it out. Brass candlesticks, rooms that are dead ends or corners. Departure is interesting. So we have noticed a lot of different methods of transportation. Route 8, departure, that looks like a flight thing. Keep left, the sign here. Who knows what that means? And then to Tanner Fork. There's another another sign there. Spoke to the chauffeur. Maids, cooks, and chauffeurs. To tome after tome that the library loaned, and the books that he had that he already owned were searched from their covers all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. I love how Shakespearean this is. Both clocks are at 1. Hold up. Are both of those clocks in... Are those the choo-choo clocks from the room 46? Not choo-choo. Cuckoo clocks? Are those the cuckoo clocks from room 46? And are the cuckoo clocks in room 46, does one of them say 1:30 and one of them tells the actual time? Because if so, to me that suggests, and I'm going to write it down on my to-do list right now. Room 46 by 1:30 p.m. I think that might be what that is. There's another sign here, by the way. It's saying a right-hand turn. The book's titles say Tinder Cipher, Lunar Renamed. It's got a moon on it. Uncle Awe, A-W-E, and Draft the Sixes. Okay. My head hurts. My head literally does hurt. I did, not from staring at those images. I did sleep like dog shit last night. So popping into Blueprints today with a headache was an interesting decision. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. Spines of colors that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. Oh, no. Okay, 100% this has to do with Classroom 8. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting. Merry to Mary, as in Merry Christmas to Mary, my mother. Gates and gates makes a lot of sense. This is a clue about the way that some of the rooms can be. Some of the safes can be cracked by gates and gates. Right and right. Does this mean something about... There's been so many... It's got a directional arrow. And so does this page. And so does this page. And so does this page. And so does this... this one doesn't actually have an arrow. It just has the departure thing. Why do they all have arrows? Is there something about... right and right? Lore equals word. Jor equals name. Draft the sixes, shifted extras, the fixed stars. That's what that says. The Fixedsta, the fixed stars. Holy shit! It's a whatchamacallit. Shifted extras, draft the sixes, the fixed stars. Holy shit. Right? That's what that is, right? Like, those work? Oh, boy. This is a first for me, but let's go ahead and open the notepad. Two S's, one I, two T's, an A, R. I mean, that's shifted. I don't know if you guys can see this at all. What's it called? Shifted extras? What do the arrows have to do with anything? Found that the diction of each word was sound. The diction of each word was sound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. That could mean two things in the best way that all puzzles operate. Was sound could mean was correct, or it could mean was formed of sound. The diction of each word. Holy shit. Okay. Just really quickly, this is definitely the same, right? T's, two T's, two S's, there's an X, there's an E, there's an A. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Holy cow. My immediate instinct is that that points us to... There's so much to process here. Oh my god. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. Let me get my notepad back. So I think these two pages work together. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. I think what we should probably do is try a couple. Tender, what was it? Like this? Cipher? But what's the key here, right? What's the clue? What is the game? What is the game? If the game is teaching me something here, what is it teaching, or what information is it giving? Draft the sixes is a whatchamacallit for the fixed stars, a book that we have read about how the observatory works by Richard Witt, which somebody did point out to me is Dick Witt. Which is really fucking funny. Tinder cipher. Holy shit. That's got to be the... It absolutely is. The Red Prince. So, but then what is the game telling me? Like, we know we know... So if the game is giving me a fake title... Why is the solution to the a fake title? Why is the solution to the puzzle something we already know? The game wouldn't give you a puzzle that gives you information you already know in this way, I don't think. So why is this lunar renamed green book? Green book. Two R's. Is that realm? R-E-A-M. LM and rune. I think that's got to be it. AND, realm, and rune. Yeah, that should do it. And then uncle, awe for purple. I'm looking at the list of titles that we have. That's just a new clue. A new clue. But why? Why is the game doing this for me? Well, I'll keep this on in my notes, but why? I've solved a puzzle. I don't know what it's pointing at. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. So what does the color have to do with the things? Purple, a new clue? This book is purple. Realm and rune was green. I guess I should write that down on my list. Green. Uncle, new clue was purple. I mean, does this have to do with sigils? Because the sigils have the realm sigils have colors. Red Prince was red. Big surprise. Blue draft the fixed stars was blue. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And found that the diction of each word was sound. Merry, merry. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the letter puzzle. My current working thesis is this. A New Clue, as a book, is the book that says, hey, I'm going to include every strategy for how you beat this game, aka how you solve the mystery of this mansion and my disappearance and everything else. I'm going to give you all of those clues put in one book. That's my guess. So we just and so some of the stuff is going to look familiar because we've sort of already solved it, and some of the stuff is going to look unfamiliar because we haven't. Is sort of my guess. In this room, I don't know much. There's a picture of a chef, meaning maybe there's like a staff question mark. This one, we know that the corner cases thing means something, and we think that there's a magnifying glass on the right. He'd retraced his sketches. Wouldn't it be he'd retraced his steps? Retraced his sketches. I mean, I guess it could mean you took your sketches and redid it, but like, it does say retraced his sketches and retraced his steps as it stretched on for miles. He had looked high and low. This has the number thing. High and low in all of the rooms. He had searched every corner in each of the tombs. I think I've done that. In this particular case, he had checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. He looked and looked under beds, in nooks, questioned maids, cooks. He spoke to the chauffeur. New clues are found only in books. So tome after tome that the library loaned, and the books that he had that he already owned. I love this book so much, by the way. Maybe it's because I've been reading my daughter so much like Dr. Seuss type stuff, but holy shit. Were searched from their covers all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. It says record, not records. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps. And if his directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. His directory? Hold up. All checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in what? Lower case clue? A low case clue? What were the rooms? They were like pantry and some other things. Oh my god, I've completely forgotten to take screenshots of all of this because I've been way too distracted. Pantry, patio, nook, and office. Not the parlor or the library. I do find it very likely that the game has clues in many of these descriptions. I do not know that I have been suspicious of some of the descriptions. I don't know that I've actually found a clue in them. I was just looking at Nook. Pantry also mentions staff. Does office mention staff? Not really. Okay. Back to the book. I should keep taking screenshots of stuff because I have not been doing that. And then we're going to finally finish this book here in a second. This is a new clue 4. This is a new clue 5. This is a new clue 6. My god, this game is amazing. Clue 6. Sorry if you heard that USB sound. That was me. A new clue 7. What does this page mean to me? This is a new clue 8. I think it mostly... Hold up. What the fuck is that part? Every time I look at these, I get more and more paranoid. So I was going to say it mostly tells me about the poster puzzle, right? The sketch puzzle. The 9x5 square. The record is confusing to me. Why it doesn't say records. I think it's meant to say records, but it must not say S for a reason. Here's the other thing. There's all these squares on all of these as well. So this is like a 4x8, 4x7. This is a 4x7. Also, why is there a vase and a sledgehammer right beside each other? Sledgehammer by a vase? To me, that suggests breaking the vase with a sledgehammer. Where have I seen this vase before? I feel like I've seen this fucking vase before. He stayed up all night. He studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans, measured the gaps. Measured the gaps. Does that mean the other thing that I've been thinking about these games, which are that there's freaking gaps behind some of the things? Why? Why are there gaps? Why would there be weird shapes? Anyways, there's the room trajectory. Am I supposed to measure that shit inside of the room trajectory? Or directory? If his directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. I'm about to have a full mental lapse. Each. What does that mean? A man obsessed and cuckoo too. They would say as he would wander through, the best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. This is page 9. We are frazzled. We've lost our hat. Everybody else is wearing a hat. We've lost ours. We are holding the green book, which is the Realm and Rune. Each. Why does it say each? This is a stop sign. May line, jor, major, dead end, major key. See all the signs. What does this say? I don't have a freaking magnifying glass. And having read this book so many times, having scoured over each of its cryptic lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? The signs, the stop, the each, record, dead end sign, the right cut, the right turn. What do the signs mean to Tanner Fork? Keep left. I don't know what it means. I am going to take a screenshot though. This is a map of something. Metro. Something Metro. This is a drawing of us on the earlier pages looking at books. And the book is inside of the drawing of... The drawing is inside of the purple book, aka Roman runes. Something about major. There's a king here. Dead end and major key. Or is there perhaps, this is the first screen. This is the first screen. Or is there perhaps something new, something overlooked, but now in view? Have you finally found it? Could it really be true? If it's a new clue, you know what to do. The suspect is A key. The suspect is minor. The suspect is major. The suspect is minor. M-I-N-E-R or O-R. One is handwritten, one is not. On the way, the suspect is A key. This is about computers, right? Isn't that terminals? Isn't that the terminal drawing? My immediate thought on A key is that is key their last name, and is A their first name? Is there an AK? No. A key. So the something overlooked but now in view line to me is talking about how this page right here and this page, some things are blocked. The suspect is A key. What are we looking at? We're looking at this screen right here. This spot right here. Right here. The hat also blocks. Is this the chauffeur? That's the chauffeur, right? Because the chauffeur is here. This hat? I don't know if that's the same hat. That's a different hat. Shit. So what's our rule about notes again? Blue is true. The suspect is minor. Unless it's like inside of the servants' quarters or whatever. Red are lies unless handwritten. So for somehow, the things that are true are the suspect is minor and the suspect is major. Now, we know major can be the title of a person, major blank. Minor could mean that they are young. Suspect is A key. My head hurts. We have got to find... So our entire game has just changed. We have to find a magnifying glass. Oh, baby. That is a good place to stop this episode. What a freaking book. A New Clue might be my favorite recent find in this game. And we found a lot of cool stuff in the game. Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll see you in the next episode for A New Clue Part 2. Bye.